Good evening and salutations, my GH fans. Part 2, Joss and Cam. Joss, if she couldn't sit there and try to play this man anymore, the level of manipulation that she put into this pathetic pleading and crying and, oh, you can't. Here's the thing. Last episode, she actually shocked me. Okay, because I don't genuinely have a high opinion of Joss to begin with. But, then there was the whole thing with Nell, and I was genuinely impressed. Then she started this whole Sunny thing, and it just went right back down. But yesterday, here's the thing. And I don't know if this was Nikisha or somebody, but somebody in the comment section was like, it's almost like they're going out their way to make us not like Joss. Like they are purposely doing that. And when she said yesterday, as far as I don't owe you anything, I mean, that surprised even me because, again, I didn't have a high opinion of her from the start. But even that comment surprised me. They've known each other for years. Okay? They've been through it all. And Cam has really been there for her. Even just being a friend when Oscar died and everything like that, he was there for her. So to have her come out her mouth and say, I don't owe you anything? Now, granted, those words did bite her in the ass. It was so great to watch. Because Cam, at this point, he was like, yeah, you getting all the smoke today. And he came at her. He was like, why should I sit there and help you? Like, why? And he even said towards the end before he left, he was like, I don't owe you anything. Yeah, exactly. It's not fun when somebody sits there and say your own words against you, is it? Especially something that's so cold hearted on top of that. He really gave it to her too. And she was all like, oh, well, if you say something, then, Sonny's going to kill Dex and blah, 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 blah. And, I want to sit there and value our friendship. Wow. This chick tried to use the quote unquote friendship card after I just already said that she didn't owe him anything. But she wants to sit there and have the gall to sit there and drudge up friendship. If our friendship meant anything, I hope that we can be friends down the line because I want you to want that. Well, sweetheart, I think he wanted you to actually act like a decent human being. But he didn't get that, did he? But what you want now, right? You want him to sit there and keep his mouth shut because you want to sit there and try to use your quote unquote friendship and everything, and then she starts admitting to the stuff that she did wrong. Oh, I handled it very poorly. I didn't tell you sooner. Da 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 da. Wow. Now you feel remorseful. You didn't feel remorseful yesterday when you practically was like, I don't owe you anything, and I wasn't lying, and we weren't together, and you didn't catch me doing anything. What was that attitude when you were sitting there asking him for help? Because you didn't see any of that energy today. The energy that you saw yesterday, the minute she was like, oh, and by the way, could you do me a solid and not say anything? And it wasn't even really humility. It was more like, let me just sit there, let him get his shots in, so this way, he can feel bad enough for me where he listens to me. And you know what? Cam was like, I'm gonna keep your secret, but I'm only doing this because I want to be a better person than you. He chose to be the bigger man. Or I'm pretty sure there's another word I could sit there and think of, but he chose to be the better person. He was like, I'll keep you a little secret. And he walked off. Then she sat on the floor, pouting, talking to Dex. Oh, I'll secret is safe from now. And he said some really bad things, and they were very hurtful, and blah 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 blah. No one cares. Okay, take you and your tears and kick rocks. Okay, ashy ass feet. Like, no, screw that. You deserve no sympathy whatsoever. None whatsoever. So he came to work and he was all super happy. He was talking to Liz and Laura about, oh, I'll get you some extra pie, and it's on the house, and Liz and Laura pretty much like, yeah, no, he ain't no good. He ain't alright. Um Nick, I gotta start calling him Nicholas because when I do my Y&R reviews every now and then, I have to sit there and remember one is called Nick and the other one's called Nicholas, even though technically they're both called Nicholas. But Nicholas, here's the thing that made this scene kind of a waste, but also really good at the same time. He never really got to what he was asked, what the reason for he was asking. All he said was, "Oh, it's going to benefit me and it's going to benefit Liz," but he didn't sit there and tell her that the situation is dire, and if Esme remembers anything, she can go to the cops and Liz can go to jail. You know, like real jail. He didn't do that. So she kind of was like, well, why am I here for? What's going on? But man, when he went in on her, I gotta say, it was well deserved. I mean, let's be honest. Carol was a terrible, trash ass mom. Okay? She really was. She allowed Jeff to sit there and practically not boots with anyone within walking distance. And she was all like, oh, but I love him. Nah, 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 nah. Nah, bro. Nah. Okay? That's like, and I'm going to sit there and say an unrelated statement, but I want to sit there and be fair. Um, about the police officer that was there practically just having all sorts of menage a trois and things of that nature, like 6 to 8, well, practically the whole precinct. Okay, and at the end, the husband was like, "Hey, I'm gonna sit there and get me and my wife through this difficult time." You're gonna do what? So you know that she just like banged every single person and pretty much the entire part of that office, and you're saying that you're gonna sit there and just stick it on out. Now, I know that was kind of out of context, but since I did kind of crap all over Carol and the fact that she just allowed her husband to do, well, whoever he wanted, we gotta make it somewhat fair. But, when Nicholas was like, I've been a better friend than you were a mom, I was like, I'm not gonna lie, that was funny. And then it's like the party didn't stop with him. He was like, I was there for every moment of your daughter's life while you were off, I don't know, globetrotting, saving the world, and pretty much putting everyone else in the world more of a priority than your own daughter. Like her children being born, her marriage, her husband's deaths, every high and low I was there for her. And where were you at? I thought that was really good. I thoroughly enjoyed the roasting of Carolyn. So that was good. Um, Now Liz is thinking about giving, her mom another chance. And I can understand that to some extent. To some extent. There's a saying that some people say as far as forgiving someone, you forgive them for yourself. You don't forgive them for them, you forgive them for yourself. and it's part of some sort of healing process. Yeah, I don't really know if I can ever really subscribe to that whole um I don't even know what to even want to call it, but I just couldn't sit there and I'm gonna forgive you for myself. Nah, I'm good. I'm gonna sit there and be petty. Nope. Nope, 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 no, no. I like that energy. But, for Liz growing up, trauma and everything like that she's been through, and the fact that her parents were just MIA, I feel like that's the direction she wants to take. Plus, her boys, she wants them to have a relationship with her grandparents, with their grandparents. So I understood that. Um, they were talking about Nicholas for a little bit, and then it seemed like Liz was about to start confessing about all her sins. And before that happened, Cam walked in, and he was all, well, my dude was just faking it till he makes it at that point. But you know, yeah. Now the scenes is where we start to get to some of the only thing I did like about the stuff with Maxie and Britt. I mean, the Maxie and Sam, because they did talk about Britt, but with Maxie and Britt, the reason why I kind of like that scene because it does highlight something. You know, you get busy a lot of times. You get into a rut, into a routine. You get off of work. You do X, Y, and Z, and then you go to sleep, and then you do that 5 days a week, and then you have the weekend, and you're just like, I guess it's time for me to take an early nap because that's what I usually do. Get on Saturdays, and I just sleep. Okay. But we get to a point where it's like we're supposed to sit there, we have friends and stuff like that, and we don't contact them as much as we should. Next thing you know, they're not there, and, you know, then we sit there and be like, man, I wish I could have did this differently. Wish I could have did that differently. So the fact that she picked up the phone or the text or whatever, let's be honest, she's not really, I doubt she's really going to be calling someone. Um, I feel like she's more of a texter personally as far as Maxie is concerned, and she texts Sam up like, "Hey, let's hang out." There's a lot of times Britt I didn't get a chance to do that, and so I want to do that. I think that's important. I think that's important. After that, they just play catch up, and Sam divulged some information that she probably shouldn't have, um, as far as the case and what she's doing, and her doing a whole Esme thing and looking for the nanny and going to London, and then Max was like, "Oh, it's gonna be so romantic," and this, that, and that. By the way, was Kelly Monaco and Billy ever actually married, or were they engaged or something like that? I really want to know the backstory to that. Um, while my feeble attempts to sit there and look up GH on that site that they no longer play it on, I came across that story and I thought that was kind of interesting as far as the whole, Billy leaving or him getting pretty much kicked to the curb. Um, and then of course people in the chat was just saying, yeah, it was kind of a little bit more to just Billy just being kicked to the curb. Like there was stuff that was going on behind the scenes. Um, yeah, they just played catch up or whatever. It wasn't really too interesting, except for now that Dante and Sam are going to London, so they're going to be shooting a new location. I'm assuming, and that'll be great, new set. So they're doing something right, I guess. I have no idea what, but they're doing something right. It's always a good sign when they get new sets. Just saying. Um, these scenes with Valentine and Renee can be so vomit inducing that you're just like, really, lady? Really? And they're so over the top, you know? Like for a good hot minute I was like Like watching her just constantly trying to drape and flirt with him, it was just like, you know, suddenly I'm not in the mood to do research tonight. You just, you just killed it. So thank you. Just very over the top and just kind of annoying. Apparently, at some point, they lost Anna through the catacombs where Valentine was like, no, we got to go back. And she was like, well, she's very resourceful. She'll find her way. We can be alone together. And I'm like, "Ugh, lady, you're about to sit there and make me lose my appetite. Can we just speed this up a little bit? And eventually, Anna came back. She caught up to them. And then they found Lucy. So, all right, whoever the actress that plays Lucy, her vacation's over now. So she's back to work. She took a good long vacation, well deserved. I mean, this woman has been in the industry and doing these soaps for a hot minute, and that's before she started doing like stuff like Port Charles and um. Well, no, I take it back. Before she was on General Hospital, then she was on Port Charles, then she was back on General Hospital. She's been going for she's been doing this for a hot minute. So um yeah. I feel like that. Oh no, I forgot about that. I was like, I feel like that's about it, and I was like, no. Then there's Sonny and Dex. Dex chose Dex told his version of what happened with Jaws. Of course, he left out all the you know um I'm gonna try to keep this PG-13. But all the stuff he was doing with Josh, I mean, all the stuff he was doing with Josh, he was like, "Oh, we're back to my place we went back to my place." And Sonny was like, he just had that look like, "I'm sorry, what did you just say?" Yeah, we just went there for a couple hours because she didn't want to go back to the dorms, and she wasn't ready to go back to her mom's or whatever. So we hung out there, and I took her back home, and yeah, I made sure, and Carly knows too. But he was, Sonny was more upset because he was like, and why am I just now finding out about this? Dex was like, oh, yeah, stuff was going on with you and Miss Reeves, been so occupied. I didn't want to, disturb your energy or whatever they call that stuff. I didn't want to do it. But whatever he said worked, and Sonny was like, "Oh, sky's the limit for you." We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out why Dex is so hell bent on stopping Sonny, taking him down. There's some sort of reason. I remember when he had my chick. I gotta get her name. Lindsay Morgan. I remember when the chick that Lindsay Morgan played Morgan. I mean, when she played Christina, and she was dating that guy. I forgot his name, but he said his name was he was Joe Scully's son. And I'm sitting there thinking, what if he had another son? You know, what if it's like Joe Scully's other son, or um, I don't know, Anthony Sakara's nephew or something like that. I mean, it got to be something. Hey, by the way, remember what's that guy named Joey Novak? Whatever happened to that guy? I know he was all lined up in the hospital because Marshall was just not having it, and apparently Joey took him for because he's kind of old or whatever. We call him Hat Daddy and everything like that, but he really did a number on Joey. But I'm just not there wondering like what is Dex like true motive? We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. The question is it actually gonna be good? Is it is the reveal gonna be good? Now, Hat Daddy's reveal wasn't good. Um, Carly and the reveal of Nina's daughter felt flat. This with Joss being, found out that, she was knocking boots with, when her dirty laundry not saying this right. My point is, when everything went down and Joss got found out or whatever, it was actually good. Okay, that was actually good. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it, and not just the roasting part. I just thought it was genuinely good. So hopefully, which I'm, I keep saying that I need to start having my expectations low. Hopefully, it's good. I don't know, but hopefully, it's good. I'm trying to balance it out. I feel like that's pretty much about it. I want to thank everyone for watching. I want to thank everyone for their patience. I know my reviews have been coming out a lot later. Um, Hopefully, I get my cable box tomorrow, and then I could just watch it at 3 p.m. and just do the reviews after that. A lot of my reviews can actually start to come out a little more earlier, um, which would be good. But I knew like yesterday, as far as not doing a live stream, like I knew like yesterday I was super late. I came there at like 9:40, and of course I had to wake up super early, so I couldn't be up too late. And it was fun. Don't get me wrong, like especially watching the episode, it was really fun chopping it up with people in the comment section. But I didn't want to do that tonight. You know. So yeah, with that being said, I'm gonna go. I want to thank you for watching. Be safe, and I will see you in the next video.